If you find yourself with an extra day at Disney and you don't want to spend any more money because you've already spent your child's inheritance, here's a way to spend a day for free. It all starts here at the Disney Springs Orange Lot, and it's called resort hopping. And before I tell you about it, you better like and subscribe to this channel. Do it! Resort hopping is not just about seeing the hotels that you and I can't afford to stay at. There is a ton of free stuff to do here. There are free rides to be had. Boats, monorails, the Skyliner, and at the end of our journey, a free zoo. Start by taking a bus from Disney Springs to any of the hotels around Bay Lake that services the monorail. We chose the Polynesian, mostly because their bus arrived first. The Polynesian is one of Disney World's original resorts, and your tour starts right here in the Great Ceremonial House, or as I like to call it, the lobby. I know I said this was a free trip, and it is, but this is Disney and there is all sorts of ways to make this more than just a sightseeing tour. For example, each of these hotels have food and beverage that go along with the theme of that hotel. The Polynesian in particular is known for its food and is often a destination for those Disney foodies. There are two things I learned while touring these hotels. One, the more money you spend, the more themed the pool is. And two, what's the point of spending all that money if you're just going to spend all of your time in the parks? If you're going to splurge for one of these hotels, I highly recommend you take at least one day and just enjoy the hotel. But if you have limited time and want to spend all of that in the parks, no judgment here, but you might want to spend it on one of the value hotels, or even stay off property. From the Polynesian, we hopped on the monorail and took it to the Grand Floridian. Now, I'm not what you call fancy, and the Grand Floridian is. It's gorgeous inside, everything looks expensive, and I felt like I shouldn't touch anything. Yeah, the fact that this resort starts at $854 a night is to keep riffraff just like me from staying there. But it's still worth the walkthrough. Next, we're gonna hop onto a boat. No, they don't really like it when you hop, especially with the low roofs and everything, so we're gonna step onto the boat and journey to the Contemporary Resort. But the boat doesn't actually go to the Contemporary, so we're gonna take it to the Magic Kingdom, and from there, we walk. The Contemporary is the other original Disney World resort, and the first thing you're gonna notice is this mural by Mary Blair. Of course, her most well-known work is a little ride called Small World. For copyright purposes, I will not be singing it. But since it's now stuck in your head, all I have to say is, you're welcome. The other notable thing about the Contemporary is the fact that the monorail goes through it. So we will take the monorail to the transportation center, switch over to the other monorail, and head on over to Epcot. That's when I realized that the Skyliner services the back entrance of Epcot. Something you should probably know about if you're going to be staying at one of the hotels serviced by the Skyliner, at least for the Riviera, there is no bus service to Epcot. Unless the daily thunderstorm comes through and suddenly shuts down the Skyliner, then there's a bus. Worked out for us. I made it rhyme. The Riviera Resort feels a lot more like a classic high-rise hotel. It's still fancy inside, and the quick service restaurant has amazing sandwiches. There's even a place to play bocce right outside. But though the hotel was beautiful, there was far less to see here. Except the sandwich. It was really good. So we'll walk around the shore to the Caribbean Beach Resort. Though beach is in the name and there's water nearby, it's important to remember that there could be alligators in that water. The way you can tell is if you're in Florida and there's water. I think I underestimated just how big the Caribbean Beach Resort is. I walked the entire way around the lake all the way to the other side of the Riviera to get on the Skyliner. And that's when I learned the main hub for the Skyliner is actually on the property of the Caribbean Beach Resort, and I could have saved myself a lot of mileage. I did enjoy the walk though, it's a beautiful property, and it was only 98 degrees outside with like 90% humidity, so it wasn't bad at all. That reminds me, make sure you bring some water with you. Florida is almost always hot, and you're always going to sweat, so drink water and lots of it. I took the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios, where I got on a bus and rode it to my favorite hotel, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. This is basically two resorts, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas, Kidani Village, and Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo House. This is a great resort to make your last destination for the day. Not only is there some amazing food, but there's a freaking zoo, with several species and several places to view them from. I personally love seeing all the animals, but my favorite is the giraffe. Because I mean, if you're ever in trouble, they really stick their neck out for you. Here's something you should know if you're a Disney collector or just looking for that just right souvenir. Each of these deluxe hotels have their own merchandise themed for that hotel. Of course, the go-to is the Mickey ears, maybe the themed backpack, but there's even home decor and maybe you just gotta have that bathrobe. Whatever you're looking for, you'll be the envy of the other guests in the park, as they wonder where you get such fabulous things. Although it'd be kinda weird if you're carrying around a lamp or wearing a bathrobe in the parks. I was mostly talking about the Mickey ears and the backpacks. All in all, I had a great time exploring these hotels. Of course, this kind of exploration isn't for everybody. For instance, I wouldn't try this with small kids, although they would probably love the Animal Kingdom Lodge. You remember earlier in the video when I told you to like and subscribe? I was serious about that. Do it! Do it! And I'll see you next time.